All right, so we're gonna go ahead and rattle Keenan's cage for a little bit here. Working on it's a T30 Speed Queen dryer stack. We've tried swapping some parts. We tried changing this entire MDC control board. We swapped it with another known good unit. Both of those seem to work just fine. We've replaced the thermistor. We've tried jumping out each one of these, each one of these high limit switches. I believe the KM2 is actually the motor rotation switch. But either way, we've basically tried to go through everything here and rule it out. Airflow switch is good. Everything's happy. We keep getting 3 flashing red lights on the ignition control module. We've checked, it's got a good ground. This other line goes to a separate ground that goes back to the transformer. Everything seems to be as it should. However, we're just not having any forward progress. So I went through and basically disconnected the leads going to the gas valve, put a milliamp meter in line, measured 6.3 milliamp being drawn by the gas valve. And, I don't know if that's normal or not. I guess I could take another machine apart and delve further into it, but that seems kind of odd. The ignition control module seems to be doing what it should be doing, in the sense that it turns on the gas, it fires the spark plug, the flame comes to life, and then it just won't stay running. So about 5-10 seconds into a burn, magically the gas valve will close. And after 3 cycles, the ignition control module will start flashing red. So that's kind of synopsis of what we've got going on here. I've gone as far as to find this tan wire here in the schematic and jump that all the way out to the far end of the airflow switch, which, if I were smart, would have just looked up as reference to ground. I could have just grounded that out, but either way, I've tried bypassing all the safeties and it still shuts down. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not one of these that seems to be the problem. Everything's kind of pointing me back to the ICM, but I don't want to start hawking parts at it because it could still be something with this valve. I don't know if the gas valve is like the first coil is a pull-in solenoid and the second coil is a holding solenoid. If you're familiar with 2-stage solenoids, that is a thought, but here's how it's presenting itself. We've got, we've actually got a couple K-type thermocouples set up. We're doing some measurements just to try to collect data, but if I grab a quarter, pop it in, we'll kick it up on high temp, come around back here. So you can see nice blue flame. Fades out. Second time. It'll fade back out. Here we go, third time through. On the control module, and we're effectively at shutdown. So again, changed out the thermistor, swapped it with another machine. That didn't bother anything. I've checked each one of the inputs with a multimeter. That all seems okay. The like I said, I mean, technically I could just take this one of these brown wires, I don't know which one, whichever one has voltage on it, and ground it, and that should bypass all the safeties. But even that doesn't seem to do anything. So we bypass the safety completely with the jumper wire. So go ahead and welcome any suggestions you might have as to what to check next. I think I've also mentioned it, but we did swap the control units. So thanks for any insight.